the first session. So this is presentation on the golden days of Nalanda. We should inspire to emulate. It will be presented by Venerable Professor Dr. Kameta Masami, and also founder of SSBU. So may I respectfully, Venerable Sir, to continue to present the presentation on the golden days of Nalanda University. We should inspire to emulate. So Venerable Sir, please give your excellent presentation, please.
Most Venerable Sirs, I would like to welcome you and also acknowledge your kindness for taking a lot of time, energy to share your wisdom and experience with us here. This is very important for a baby university like us. And I also would like to greet His Excellency, Vice President of the Union of Myanmar, Dr. Sai Mokam, and Madam Nang Shimo, and all the entourage for making a lot of effort to be with us here today and tomorrow. I'm going to be very brief. First, I would like to mention how personally, I'm very touched. For this opening ceremony, I have all my bosses, my 4 bosses present. The first is the president of the State Sangha Mahanayaga Committee, the Most Venerable Professor Dr. Kumara Byomsa, who has just landed at Haiho Airport. I have worked hard to promulgate his academic works internationally. I have helped to Romanize his Pali writing and published and distributed to libraries around the world. When he was our vice rector at International Theravada Buddhist Mission University, he is one of the most, one of the rarest scholars and very humble one. And the second one is the most venerable rector of International Theravada Buddhist Mission University, Professor Dr. Nandamala Biwangsa, who has also just landed. I have learned a lot from him over 20 years, nearly 30 years since we were together in Sri Lanka. He has always encouraged me to set up an institute of this kind. And today, I hope today and tomorrow he is happy with the effort that he will see. And from the very beginning, I should mention that he is the first donor to make monetary contribution, so that I can't retreat, I can't back up, I can go on my words, he said. And then another boss of my very important one is the Most Venerable Siddhigu Siaro. He has been very supportive of all my teachers, including Nyangshue Kanji Predi Siaroji. I have known him since I was 10. And now we have been working together internationally for the Association of Theravada Buddhist Universities. We have 24 members, and the Most Venerable Siddhigu Siaroji is the chairman, and I serve him as the executive secretary. And of course, last but not least, my boss is the director of the Most Venerable Professor Dr. Brahma Pandita, rector of Chulalongkorn Raj Vidyalaya University of Thailand, chairman of International Council for the United Nations Day of Wesak, and International Association of Buddhist Universities. I have served him as his secretary for the last 11 years in the Wesak United Nations Day of Wesak organization, as well as in the IABU, International Buddhist Association of University, which has members in 22 countries. I'm also very pleased to see the Vice President, Dr. Simon Kam, because His Excellency has also been very supportive of this initiative. And also Madame and the family, and also the members of Shan State government, who have done a lot of hard work on my behalf, and also on behalf of His Excellency Vice President. And of course, the donors from all over the countries, they are here today and tomorrow. They are witnessing some of the fruits of their effort. Of course, my students, about 35% of them are here. That is more than 100 of them. Altogether, there are over 300 of them studying at university level. More than 220 of them have graduated with masters, and about 10 of them with a PhD. I also would like to welcome overseas delegates from 7 countries, and about 40 of them here from Eastern Europe, from Uganda, and also from Thailand and Sri Lanka. My presentation is going to be brief. I would like to draw your attention to the golden days of ancient Buddhist university. Today, whenever we talk about good university, top university, we look to the West. Actually, Buddhist universities are 700 years earlier than the earliest universities in the West. Now, I'd like to show you the earliest university in Europe, Bologna University in Italy. This is toward the late 11th century. The late 11th century, Bologna. And then Oxford University. Actually, before this, there was Paris University, earlier than this, in France. Now, Paris University has been divided into many institutes. Now, Oxford University is the first university in the English-speaking world, and I happen to have the good fortune and privilege to have studied there and learned from there. Now, our Buddhist universities are 700 years earlier than this. Nalanda University. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't see the... Just not to waste your time, the main thing I'd like to draw your attention is that at top university in the West today, the main characteristics are that the ratio between the teachers and students, okay, one professor teaches only maximum 8 students. This is BA, Masters, and also doctoral level. If you just count undergrad level, it's only about 3 to 4 students. This is the case in Oxford, at Cambridge, at Harvard, at Yale, Berkeley, Princeton. All these top universities, they follow these rules. You can see Nalanda University, when it was destroyed in the year 1200, there were 2,000 professors, 10,000 students, 1 professor, 5 to 5 students. And the second feature of top university is that the entrance is very tough. They choose students very well. Nalanda University has an entrance exam. You can imagine in the 5th century, 6th, 7th, 8th centuries ago. A very advanced university. It's called Dwarapala. That's the entrance examiner. If you don't get past him, you have no chance of getting into these universities. Because Nalanda University has a very good foundation in academic, in administration. I take the notice, the most venerable rector of MCU, that they lacked outreaching services. But in terms of academic and academic management, they were at par with top university today. They had a PhD student. If you visit Nalanda University, you will see what we call an apartment where 3 students live together. Only the student who writes a thesis, that is a doctoral student in today's term, has a bed, okay? The other 2 students, they have to sleep on the floor. So one flat, 3 students. In my first 2 years at Oxford University, I have lived in a flat, in a student accommodation, 3 students. One student was from Turkey. He was researching on cling film. The other student was from Taiwan. He was researching on art history. So it's a good mix of students. So this is the golden day that I would like to draw your attention to. Another point that I would like to draw your attention to the excellence of Buddhist University in India those days, that one university gave birth to another university. Very much similar to the vision that the most venerable Siddhi Sayadaw and the most venerable MC Rector have just shared with us. They want us to establish university throughout Myanmar, in Arakan, in every part of the country. And now, from Nalanda University, there came Wickramasila University. This is the ruin of Wickramasila University. Not very long, it came not very long after Nalanda University. After that, Otandapur University, also in the 8th century, just maybe dozens of years different, they came into existence. Somapura University, also 8th century, Jakarta University. These 2 universities, now they are in Bangladesh, and they are the UNESCO World Heritage Site, just Nalanda. You can see even the ruin looks so grand, looks so great. It's recorded by historians that this university, they had close collaboration in terms of academic input and output. That is why, students and teachers from those universities, they can travel, they can start their first year at Nalanda, and they can finish it up their study at Somapura University, for example. And this is what is happening in the West. Sometimes I teach tutorial tutorial classes to students just for 1 term, because they come to Oxford just for 1 term, from Harvard, from Brown's University, from Berkeley University, like this. Just 1 term, they can go and study at other university. That's a very advanced level. But the good thing is that last night, all Buddhist colleges and universities from Myanmar, altogether 18 of them, we had a meeting at the Taunggyi Royal Hotel, and we formed an association, the first one of its kind in this country, the Association of Myanmar Colleges and Universities. Of course, internationally, we have already had this. I have, have already mentioned my 2 bosses, the most venerable rector of Majula, who is the chairman of IABU, International Association of Buddhist University, and the most venerable Siddhi Sayadaw, which is the association for all Theravada Buddhist universities. So these are the inspiration that we should draw from the golden days of Buddhist universities. Now, let me move to SSBU, where we are now. SSBU, Shan State Buddhist University, aims at achieving excellence in academic, not just in academic, but also in social projects, something the most prominent and eminent speakers have already spoken in detail. In terms of academic, this is what I would like to just briefly touch upon today. We hope to introduce a tutorial system. This is for every topic. The student has to write an essay, meaning the student has to go to use the library. It's a student center, it's a learning center, a student center learning system. Student has to use all these books. Now, to be in time for today's opening ceremony, I have collected books from Thailand, from the publishers, from Sri Lanka, from India, from the USA, such as Wisdom Bookshop, Shambhala, and also from England, the Bright Tech Society. Like that. Altogether, we have collected about 15,000 books in English. About 90% of them are related to Buddhism, Buddhist studies. In some university, as the executive secretary of the University Association and as an academic, as somebody who examines PhD theses very often, I have found that some university, they don't integrate library into the syllabus, meaning students, they have the option not to use the library and they can still pass the exam and get their degree. At this university, this will not happen. Unless they use the library, unless they read, they wouldn't be able to read and write their tutorial essays. So, this is the preparation stage. In about 2 to 3 years' time, we hope to admit the first batch of students, and we are going to do so at the master's level. And we'll be only in the English medium first. Then everyone will be writing, tutorial essay on weekly basis. This is important. London University writes essay only 1 in 3 weeks. Oxford and Cambridge University, they write essay every week. Meaning, if Oxford University students study 1 month, London University has to study for 3 months. Because our students read more, write more, think more. Some university, they don't even write. A month, they don't write an essay. Meaning when students come to the class, they come with empty book and empty hand, empty mind. For us, we want to prepare students. They have to do their work. They have to take the responsibility. They have to brainstorm in the library and then come so that they can debate with the teacher about the topic. Take about Padijjasamuppada, for example. I want my teaching staff to be able to devise a syllabus. Okay, with regard to Padijjasamuppada, the law of interdependence in Buddhism, who has written what? In Myanmar, in Thailand, in the West, in Sri Lanka. They have to digest this. They have to recommend. And then they have to come out with a certain number of topics so that they cover a good and comprehensive understanding of the Padijjasamuppada. This is an example of the way we hope to carry out our academic activity here at this university. The most important thing is that, of course, here I don't want to talk about what should go into the syllabuses. Instead, I would like to emphasize the process of creating a syllabus, the process of getting a syllabus qualifying, because the syllabus is a flexible one. It's a flexible one, and the teachers, they have to be able to judge other people's syllabus and also their own syllabus. If I give them a homework that I want a syllabus on engaged Buddhism, then my teaching staff has to be able to come up with this detailed planning, including recommendation, reading list, and question as guidance for the reading, for students reading. So this is the way we would like to do, and we are training. Actually, we have started our training in December in Sri Lanka. Sometime we will be doing that here. Sometime we will be doing that in Yangon to get the input also from other scholars. Sometime in Bangkok. Sometime perhaps in Singapore. Sometime perhaps in New Delhi. This is within 2 to 3 years. This is what we aim to do. I think I have given enough information about the Shan State Buddhist University. To conclude, this university is going to be international. The Most Venerable Siddhi Sayadaw has put the word I in front of SSBU last night at the meeting. We put I SSBU because the program is international, to use International Shan State Buddhist University. But my other boss, the Most Venerable Rector, said, you do international work, but you don't say that. So I have a lot of difficulty how to call this university. But this is another a good but challenging task for me. So with this, once again, I'd like to thank the Most Venerable Mahasangha, heads of the universities, altogether about 22 universities, 2 from Sri Lanka, 2 from Thailand, 18 Buddhist universities and colleges from Myanmar, actually also from Panglong University. So I would like to thank all of you, and also His Excellency and Madam and all members of the entourage, distinguished scholars, donors, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your presence here, and I hope together we will serve the society at the local level, national level, international level, to the best of our ability. Thank you very much.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Thank you very much, Venerable Professor Dr. Kamata Masami, and also the founder of SSBU, for your excellent and even though in a few minutes, giving the clear presentation, Venerable Sir. Now we have the excellent present exchange. For this, we would like to invite the rectors and the chancellor and the 4 universities. So let me invite in Myanmar. So Takado Lekuma Pecha Tava, Patama Uswa, Dr. Utante, Pamauka Chow, Pilong Takado, Joya Bido, Saoku, Lekampe Baya, Pecha Barkanya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Pilong Takado, Pamauka Chow, Dr. Utantia, 2 Jesu in Shibade, Celebido, Donankam, Tana, Mu, Siman, Panda, Taunggyi Tekaduma, Laya Bido, Lekampe Bayan, Peja Barkanya. Tadu, tadu, tadu. Taunggyi Tekaduma, Tana, Mu, Donankam, 2 Jesu in Shibade. Amatia lesson PC ITPM Mutekadu Ma Oxford Sierra Pamoka Dr. Shintamata Mi PC Ludama Pipade. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Venerable Rector Dr. Tan Sinai and Dr. Wimala for present the gifts to the Venerable Dr. Tamasami. Now it's lunch on. So for lunch, may I invite 10 the most venerable Sayadaw, Titiku Sayadaw Phiaji, and Pamokacho, the Venerable Rector Sayadaw of MCU, and Venerable Ajahn Sawai Sugatanamba Sirakon, and Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Pinyananda, Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Pandita Warapiwanda, and Sri Tipitaka Sayadaw, and Pamokacho Sayadaw Patanda Kumara, and Venerable Dr. Anisu Kanto, and Venerable Professor Dr. Intachara, and Venerable Dr. Tamasami, just to, may I respectfully to invite you, our 10th, the most venerable, to have a lunch at the President's Bungalow, the other side of the road in of the entrance. So after lunch, also we will continue the session 3. So don't go away with us. So there we will have an excellent presentation of the seminar. So the first will be Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. So we are going to learn about the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. So likewise, we will have also monastic education in Myanmar. Will be presented by Venerable Rector Sayadaw of the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University. So one of the excellent Pali paper will be presented by Venerable Dr. M. Vijita Dhamma. Is about Pali Text Society. This is the only Pali presentation, so this is very, exciting to have to listen, to share, knowledge with Venerable. So we give the presentation. So don't go away with us. So after lunch, come be on time and be seated in the seminar hall. So we will continue again our seminar today. So we are so grateful and welcome all the audience for being with us in this hall in the opening ceremony of the Shan State Buddhist University.